Hey guys, Mono Man here. This is going to be a top 8 list of black Magic the Gathering defenders. Keep in mind that this doesn't mean they have the ability defender, it just means that they're good defenders, like against other creatures. Any way you want to use them is fine. I just like to use these cards as defenders. Let's start with number 8. Typhoid Rats. Typhoid Rats is in my deck, actually. It's pretty good. It's a 1/1 for 1 with Death Touch. So if you have, let's just say, 2 of these down, and the other guy has, I don't know, a Johnny's Pridemate, Soul Warden, and what was I don't know, a Johnny's Pridemate and Soul Warden. That creature itself, with those 2 creatures, could easily get to over 3,000 mana. Not including all the other stuff like Wall of Reverence and such. If you have 2 or more Typhoid Rats down, and they try to attack you, you could just use Typhoid Rats and just destroy their whole everything. It's a pretty good card. If you have 4 in your deck, your chances of getting one on every hand draw is pretty likely. Other than that, let's go to number 6. At number 6, we have Vampire Nighthawk. Vampire Nighthawk is a 2/3 for 3, has Flying, Death Touch, and Lifelink. This, in general, is just an OP card. I actually have this one in my deck, too. To be honest, this is probably one of the best black cards you could get. With a Ring of Zathrid and Unholy Strength attached to this, you could just demolish. Like, say other guy has Mana Flood or anything like that, you could put down Vampire Nighthawk, equip Ring of Zathrid onto him, add Unholy Strength, and next turn you could swing for... Sorry about that. You could swing for 6 damage and gain 6 life that turn. It's amazing. On to number... whoa. Wait. This is number 7. This is number 6. Sorry about that. Number 6, we have Wall of Souls. Wall of Souls is a very, 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 very good card. I'm not sure what the price range is on this, but I'm sure it's pretty expensive. This is a wall, and it is a defender. Whenever Wall of Souls is dealt combat damage, it deals that much damage to target opponent. So, if it deals 3 damage to this creature, it deals freaking 3 damage to its controller, or target opponent. So, here's another example. If Johnny's Pridemate were to swing at you for 50 Semon damage, because he has Soul Sisters and Wall of Reverence, and that guy's just gaining heck of mana that turn. Not mana, but life that turn, which is upping a Johnny's Pridemate or a Rock's Faith Mender. And a Johnny's Pridemate swung at you for like 50 Semon damage. It would do 50 Semon damage to them back. Or, for another example, Molten Steel Dragon. If the guy had like 3,000 life from Wall of Reverence, Johnny's Pridemate, Soul Sisters, and just dumped 2,000 life into him, and dude only had a few thousand life left, it would do 2,000 damage to him right back. 2,000 life damage, if that makes sense. On to number 5. Sheoldred Whispering One. I would have put this higher on the list because it's a freaking OP card if it didn't cost so much. What good is this as a defender if you can't cast it in the first few turns? I mean, it's a 6/6 for 7, has Swamp Walk, And at the beginning of your upkeep, return a target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, that player sacrifices a creature. So it's pretty much like uh, uh, reversal between the... I don't know what to call this, but like you would put one of your creatures in the graveyard onto a battlefield, and they would put one of their creatures into their graveyard, if that makes sense. If this card didn't cost so much, this would probably be number 1. Really, to be honest. It's a very good card. On to number 5. Wait, let me check this real quick. So 1, 2, so 8, 7, 6, 5. This is number 4. Phyrexian Obliterator. He's a 5/5 for 4 with trample. Whenever a source deals damage to Phyrexian Obliterator, that source's controller sacrifices that many permanents. So, here's another example. I'm using a Johnny's Pridemate. If he swung at you for 12 damage, since he gained 12, since he gained life past the turns, you could just wipe out all of his mana and have him stuck in the mud. This card is really good for just screwing people over at the very beginning. You don't even have to use this as a defender. It's a great defender, but you don't have to use it as a defender. You could play this card in so many different ways. It's unbelievable. There's not really much to say about this card. So, on to number 4. Yes, number 4. Knight of Infamy. There's also a white one, too, called Knight of Glory, but that's another video, another time. Knight of Infamy has protection from white. So if you're fighting a guy with a white deck, and you have 4 of these in your deck, and you just have them spread out, they're the perfect defenders. Ring of Zathras attached to these, oh god. It's practically unstoppable. They can't damage you unless they're attacking with 5 or more creatures, which really doesn't matter then. It also has Exalted. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, that creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. So that's pretty good. It's a 2/1 for 2. And on to number 3. Number 3, Kakusho, the Evening Star. It's a 5/5 for 6 and has flying. When Kakusho, the Evening Star, is put into a graveyard from play, each opponent loses 5 life. You gain life equal to life lost this way. Only thing I have to say about this card is, really, I'm going to say this again, if it really wasn't that expensive, it's pretty expensive, like for mana cost and such, but it's still a really good card. It's really good if you have 3 or more players playing with you at once. Then this card would just kick ass all the time, and everybody would just be like hating you for that game. On to number 2. This was number 2. This is number 1. Absol Persecutor. It's a 6/6 for 4. How is that not amazing? Has flying and trample. And its ability is you can't win the game, and your opponents can't lose the game. So it kind of puts you at a middle point. Until your opponent kills this creature, it's a big waiting game. I've never used this card, and when I saw it on the internet, in top 10s lists and stuff, I googled if it was real. Whoever thought of this card is insane. This is probably one of the best cards I've seen ever, other than Damnation. Damnation is a really good card. Just Google Damnation if you're new to Magic. A 6/6 for 4, though, that's really powerful with flying and trample. So that just... That was... This is... I don't know. There's not much you can say about this card other than it's freaking OP. And that is the top 8 list for Magic the Gathering Black Defenders. Thanks for watching.